friends, and welcome to episode number 9. Yeah, 9 of Art with Mr. Borja. I am Mr. Borja. I wanted to start off today's episode with a huge thank you to Jose, my older brother. He gave me this shirt with a little logo on it, so I thought that was really cool of him. And I think that looks pretty cool. So thanks, Jose. I also wanted to shout out a good friend of mine named LJ who created a wonderful story to go with his artwork. So let's check that one out real quick.
Charles and Hurricane. Charles and friends. Charles and Hurricane were best friends and loved to play. But then a strong current came and washed away Hurricane. And Charles was sad. But Hurricane swam really strong and got out. And then they lived, happily ever after.
Great work, LJ. I love the story and love the artwork as well. I hope you continue to draw and create wonderful art and to write about it. And here's a look at some of the artwork that artists from the previous episodes have sent in. Let's check it out. You already know the drill. If you'd like your artwork to be showcased here on Art with Mr. Borja, you can send it on over to happydrawing123@gmail.com, or you could follow me on Instagram and tag me with @ArtWithMrBorja, or use the hashtag #ArtWithMrBorja. That works too. So for today's episode, I wanted to continue to draw an animal or animals that live in the ocean. So for today, you and I are going to draw a blue whale. Let's get started. Alrighty, I'm going to use a permanent marker again because it's easier for you to see on the screen. If you have a pencil, I think you should use that because it's easier to erase the pencil than it is a marker. Alright, for the first line of the blue whale, we're going to draw kind of a long curved line that comes from here and it goes up a little bit, down, and then up again, like this. Like that. Then you're gonna draw the tail, which looks like 2 water drop shapes or leaf shapes. They go up like this, down a little bit, and then they curve in like that. And do the same for the other side, like that. We are already almost done with the shape of the blue whale. you're gonna stop right there. You can get it going a little bit more, like that. Then you're gonna draw one of the fins over here, like this. Continue to draw that like that. What you can do is extend it as well, because you got the belly like that. Again, you're not going to draw over that fin. And connect those like that. We're almost done with the outline of it. I'm going to give them one eye like that. Alrighty, the details we're going to add right here are going to be the stuff that's underneath the whale. It has a lot of lines, and I guess they start from here, they go down a little bit like that. Draw another one right here, another one like that, and they're almost parallel. They curve though. Like that. Alrighty, and then I like to draw this little detail here, just this line, to kind of connect the top of the tail with the rest that goes out that way. Then we need a little spout over here, like that. And I think it's got all kinds of, I'm just gonna add these little details here to give it extra stuff to color. Alright, and then what I could do is I can add some water to it, like this. Well, I guess he's coming out of the water, so I can put the water over the tail like that. Yeah, that works. And then I can color the tail or the eye in with black, but I'm just gonna leave one little shimmer like that. I think I might be done with the blue whale. Now, if we're looking at the blue whale, they are super large. So if I draw Frankie, Frankie is gonna look very small compared to the blue whale. So it looks like Frankie's just gonna look like a little dot, like that. That's Frankie. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and I guess, yeah, that's it. I think I'm done with my drawing and now I'm ready to color. Remember, artist, if you have a friend or a relative who is doing art with you and you only have one set of markers or crayons or color pencils, please share your materials. It's something that really awesome artists tend to do and like to do. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so one thing I learned while I was researching about blue whales is that they are like a color bluish gray, so I'm gonna use this one. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do that same challenging technique called pointillism. And I'm gonna do that for the huge whale, for this whole thing. And again, again, you don't have to do this, but I'd like to challenge you because I know that you can do it. All right. Another fun fact I learned about blue whales is that their tongue, it weighs as much as an elephant. That is a pretty heavy tongue. Kind of a silly, fun fact, but yeah. I already like the way it's coming out. Look at this. So if you're choosing to do the pointillism technique, keep at it. I think it's going to look great. If you're choosing to do the lines, go for it. I'm sure that will look great as well. If you're trying to color it in with one solid color, go for it. I'd love to see all the art and creativity that you all make. Now, I know this is going to take a long time, so it's going to be okay. Hope you've had a chance to go outside today. I know I did a little walk around the neighborhood. Felt really good to see the sunlight out there and to just go hang out for a little bit on a walk. Remember, if you're doing this technique, to be gentle with your markers or your crayons or your color pencils. You don't want to ruin them. I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and I will see you in a little bit. So this is taking a lot longer than expected, but once again, that is okay. I'm not going to give up because so far I like the way it looks. But it is going to take a while, so it'll be all right. I wanted to share another fun fact about blue whales is that they're the largest animal to ever live on this earth. Or no, because the dinosaurs were probably larger than that. But right now, this is the largest animal that's living on Earth currently. Another fun fact I learned about the blue whales, according to Nat Geo Kids, is that they are the size of 3 school buses connected. So if there were 3 school buses, one right after the other, like let's pretend that this is a school bus and this is another school bus, it would be like 3 of these school buses, like that. That's pretty big. Anyway, back to this. I hope you had a chance to do some chores around the house, like helping your parents or your families clean, sweep, mop, do the dishes, do the laundry, fold the laundry, all that good stuff. But look, I really do like the way it looks, so it's gonna take me a long time to do the whole whale, but that's all right. At least I don't have to color Frankie here, because you can't really see him, but yeah, it will save me some time. And I would really love to see what artworks you create for this week. You already know, if you'd like to send it on over to me, you can send it to happydrawing123@gmail.com. Alrighty, so I'm finally done with the whale, or the top part of the whale. I still have to do the stuff that's on the bottom of the whale, and that's like a grayish color. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this black marker, and I'm going to use that same technique. So it's still going to take a while, but I know it's going to look really cool. For the water, I'm not going to use the same technique. I'm probably just going to continue to draw lines like that. And I'm going to show you this little trick where I'm going to use 2 different colors for the water. I'll show you that a little bit later, but I'm going to get started on this part here. And remember, if I want it lighter, I just have to separate the little circles even more. If I want it closer together, it'll look darker. So just take your time with it. There is no rush. It did take me a long time for this part. I do like the way it looks, and I hope you do too. And again, if you want to take on that challenge, you can. You don't have to. I'd like to encourage you to do it every so often, because that's how you get better at it. That's like with anything. Alrighty, I finished up the bottom part of the whale. Now I forgot these little spots over here. These I might just do little lines like that. Take your time with it, folks. There is no right or wrong answer. Alright. Now, I think I'm ready to... Well, I guess I could do the sunset again like I did on the last episode. I really like the way it came out, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put the sun over here, like this. And remember, folks, the closer you are to the sun, the lighter colors you use. The further away you are from the sun, the darker color you use. I'm going to use that same technique for the ocean. I'll show you what I mean when I get to that part. Right now, I'm focused on the sun. Extend it out a little bit more over here like that. Like this. Okay. And I'm going to move to a lighter color. Orange. Like that. I'm going to put some dots over here. Not too many though. And then as I go further away, I get closer and closer with my dots. Like that. Alright, put a little bit more over here, like that. Then I'm going to move on to the color red. Again, I'll put some dots right here where the orange is, but then as I get further away from the orange, I start to put more red dots, like so. You can already see how it goes from yellow to red. I like the way that looks. So I'm gonna keep doing that. And then purple. Again, you can put some over here overlapping with the red, but then as you get further away, put more and more purple together. Same with this part over here. I always liked the color of sunsets. Thought they were always really cool. The pinks and the orange colors, red colors. Oh, it's so awesome to see. Now the darkest one is going to be blue, so I'll put that all the way at the end over here, or at the edge. You can overlap some blue, but not too much. Again, overlap some blue, but not too much. You want the real heavy blue to be on the outside, not closer to the center. All right, I'm done with my sunset. Now it's time to start on the ocean. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use straight lines going one direction like this. diagonal. And I'm going to show you how to use two colors later on. Let me start off with blue. All right, I'm going to start from this side here. And take your time. It's okay if they're a little bit crooked. If you would like them a little bit more straight, you can go ahead and grab a ruler or something flat and do your lines that way. But just take your time. Try to keep them as parallel as you can. Do not let them touch. And again, you don't want to color over your whale, so pretend that this line continues over here, like that. And you can just keep that same direction going. Now with the water here, I'm not going to change up the pattern because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the bottom of the ocean when I get to that. It's going to be similar to the same thing that I was doing up here with the color of the sunset, how we blended them together. Now I'm going to try it out. I'm not sure if it's going to work out, but it's okay. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I now know how not to do it. Again, take your time. There's no rush. And if some of them are crooked, not a big deal. If two lines are touching on accident, totally fine. We're not gonna let that ruin our day of art. Take your time. I learned that from a wonderful art teacher, Miss Araceli. She taught all of her artists, me included, that artists take their time. And she would play some music when it was time to do art. And I remembered that as soon as she started playing it, she would say, voices off, and the class would respond with, imagination on. I always liked that. Keep those lines going. Again, please be careful to not draw over your whale, because that would look a little bit silly. It's okay if you do though. Like I said, there is no right or wrong answer. I actually like the way it looks like this. I almost don't want to try that new strategy, but that's okay. I'm just going to try it anyway. I'm going to keep on doing the lines for this part, and I will see you in a little bit. Alrighty, so I have completed the ocean with these lines. I left some white around Frankie here because I want you to still be able to see him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a purple marker and go the opposite way. So I'm going to crisscross these lines here so that the bottom of the ocean looks a little bit darker, like so. Now I'm not gonna completely go all the way up with a purple. I might cut it off here and there. I might separate them out a little bit, but this is what I like to do because I think it's gonna look a little bit darker than what it already is up on top. Shorten this over here like this. I'm using the lines that I already have here to kind of create the parts where I'm going to stop or start my next lines. And again, if some of them start touching, that's totally fine. See, like that one. Whoops, not a big deal. And they're not that straight either, they're a little bit crooked. Not a big deal. What I could do so that I am a little bit careful so that they don't touch is that I should slow it down. So if you're noticing that a lot of your lines are getting a little bit crooked, you could try slowing down and taking your time. Now this is just something that I wanted to try. I didn't know the way it was going to come out. I just wanted to try it out. If you like the way it looks, great. If you don't, well, now we know. But I have no complaints of it. I like it. I could add some more line over here though to darken this part up. Yeah, doesn't look bad. So you see how like the bottom of the ocean is a little bit darker than the top, and I could probably put some lines over here like this to kind of blend it up with the other part of the ocean. You should be careful to not try to go too high up with your lines over here. I'll go over here like that. Like that. Alrighty. I think I might be done with my whale. Let me add a little bit more purple over here because it looks a little bit funny. Okay, if the purple lines get a little bit higher up here too, because guess what? It's almost sunset, so the water is going to look a little bit darker anyway as we get closer to the top. Alright, I think I might be done now. Alright, now I forget. Always write your name or your initials on your artwork so that people know that you're the one that did it. Alright, now I'm done with my artwork. I think we're gonna go ahead and write about it. Alrighty, so now that we are done with our artwork, we're gonna go ahead and flip our page over and write about it. Remember, artists, writers, wonderful human beings, whenever you are writing, you always start on the left side and your sentences start with a capital letter. And then here we go. This finger space is finger space Walter, and because Walter is the name, we capitalize the first letter. This is Walter, finger space, the, don't have enough room, so go to the next line, whale. Since it's a new sentence, we're going to go ahead and start with a capital letter. He loves to, whoops, I keep forgetting to put my finger spaces, to, I don't think I would have enough room, swim, finger space, and finger space, you can think of the rest. And again, if you want to write a whole story and share that with me like LJ did, I would greatly appreciate it. I would also love to share that with everybody who watches our videos. And yes, I did write or draw a lot of lines here. As always, I'm challenging you to write whatever you wish. Write a story, write a sentence, write 2 sentences, anything that you want to write about your artwork. I'd like to hear it and see it. All right, folks, now that we are done with our artwork and writing, we're gonna go ahead and put our stuff away. So if you're using markers, you need to double check to make sure that all the tops are on them, or else they dry out. We don't want that. Okay, put my marker back where it belongs. Alrighty, I'm good to go. Alrighty, artists, that's about all the time we have for today. If you would like your artwork showcased for everyone to see on next week's episode, please send it on over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. You can also tag me in your artwork on Instagram at Art with Mr. Borja. You can also use the hashtag Art with Mr. Borja. That works as well. If you like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can share it with anybody else that you think would like to do art, and hit that subscribe button so that you get the notifications when next week's episode comes on. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you can continue to create awesome artwork and share it with the rest of the world. I will see you next time. Happy drawing.